Hi, I'm getting started. You just gotta start up that thing. Sorry for bumping you. And there we are. Hope everybody's having a good day. I'm here to give advice yet again. Talk. Make you feel heard, perhaps. Hi. Oh gosh, lots of people right away. How are you doing? If you need to ask this nerd for advice, that is the aim of the game. Gosh, and it really did bring a lot of people in right away. That's interesting. At any rate, yeah, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. How am I they when I'm the only one? Who are they, you might say? As opposed to, who's that person? It's not too crazy, I think, to understand. That was a question from TikTok, which is one place where you can read me. They's not always plural. Gosh, these the Twitch spam always comes in right away. It's funny. Yeah, it doesn't have to be plural. This is a hallmark of most languages with a they pronoun or something like that. I guess that's kind of a nerdy thing. So I've changed the format of the show just a little bit. It says ask this nerd for advice instead of ask for nerdy advice, because people have been asking more general questions here, and yeah, I'm just gonna do like different shows where I talk about other things. Why do I want to be a girl? I want to be more girly. Yeah, because I get like some dysphoria about it. I'm a non-binary person, so there's it's more complicated than just like I'm a boy or girl. How to get ladies? That's the question. Be yourself, confidence. That is what has done it for me in attracting partners. They like when I'm myself, and I do silly things and don't take myself too seriously, which is me just being me. So do I date dudes or girls? I'm pan, so it's a number of things. Like I would be attracted to other non-binary people like myself. So yeah, I think that person was you'll pray for. Yeah, like, so we've got disingenuous commenters right away, which is kind of sad, but typical. I'm trying to get things okay. Yeah, things are connected over on the chat side. It's just the TikTok like does not really want to update right away. I don't know what's up with that. At any rate, yeah, someone said they'd pray for me. Please don't. Please don't pray for me. This is so like you want to enforce your worldview on top of me. Like it's insulting. Really, it's like I didn't presume that I would like go to the store for you. You don't owe me anything. Hi, Lace. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just talking to the people coming through at first. This nerd is trying to be helpful the best way that they can. So yeah, just trying my best today. Oh, I just clipped a little bit on the YouTube. That ain't good. Anybody's got questions, this nerd has answers for you. I'm listening to some music as usual. This is Lone's first album. I like the song because it samples the Bob Ross theme. Just a little Bob Ross flip. So today's agenda, I've got some seeds that I need to sprout. So I'm going to put that into action. And then I'm going to till my soil. Lace, you 100% of Dark Souls Remastered last night. That's quite a feat. Both Ornstein and Smaug defeated. Yeah, that's impressive. Good job. I think I've done everything in that. I haven't like done all the kinds of builds. I'm not quite sure what a full achievement run entails. But yeah, love those games. I haven't actually played Dark Souls 2 hardly, or 3, but Dark Souls 1, Demon Souls, great stuff. Elden Ring, good stuff. Bloodborne, excellent stuff. And I'm thinking that the Duskbloods is going to be good as well. Have I seen the recent turf discourse? I'm not sure what in particular. There's a lot of stuff coming at me kind of fast these days. If you could be more specific. Yeah, turfs. If you're a turf, maybe leave. I don't know. Lace, you're almost done with Dark Souls 3 100% too. It's getting all those darn rings. I know, all those rings. You can only wear 2? Like, I got 10 fingers. It's not thinking big enough. It's clearly not thinking big enough. I'm literally just typing turf discourse into Google to see what comes up. Yeah, I don't see anything in particular going on. Okay, I'm looking up this person. You're asking this nerd for advice, so hi, your favorite tech. Someone with a Substack. Okay. When Substack first started, it was total, like, thank you, Finn. When Substack started, it was like alt-right playground. It was not a great place. So when I see Substack, I immediately get a little bit hesitant about taking it at face value. Like, it's probably muckraking on a schedule. Not muckraking, just like opinions at a regular clip, so that there's just always a reaction or something. Like, that's the worst kind of content. Like, someone who just does a weekly opinion. They have to think something about something today. Now, I've been doing live streams like almost every day, so I'm starting to understand why that's not great. You don't want to throw out your opinion all the time, because you will regret some things you say, but I don't really regret the things I say. So, yeah, I see this person, yeah, essays on womanhood, stop defending men. Gee, I bet I know. I bet she's trying to talk about, like, biological male. Right. Yeah, that stuff never ends. Anyway, if she said anything specific that you think is interesting, I guess we could talk about it. Metal Gear Rex or Metal Gear Ray? I think the Ray was the cooler one, if I remembering right. That one was a bit more sleek. Benji, you're bald. I feel like you came in here saying that before, if I remember. But it's okay to be bald. It's great to be bald. Hey. Bye, Lace. Thanks for popping in, asking some questions. I've shown these before, I think, but you can see these comics a little bit behind me. Or comic. Batman, Deadpool. If you're watching the YouTube or the Twitch stream, you definitely see it. Also, if you like the picture of my cat, I I have a slideshow with more pictures of my cats on my Twitch and my YouTube. I took the image, like the Twitch image, out, thinking like maybe I'll see more traction. I did get a flood of viewers at the very beginning, so I think it's possible that did work, but just like a very initial thing. I should probably leave it in there. But they're gone now. So I was saying, I'm planting stuff, planting some special herbs. This worked out very well last year, even though I hadn't like tilled and taken care of the earth or fertilized it or anything. It just was fine from last year. So I'm definitely going to take some more care this year. Not trying to be mean. I have a feeling you're going to say something mean. So, like instant mute. Or maybe whatever they said like not trying to be mean was like immediately filtered. I love that kind of irony. It's like what not trying to be mean. You're not trying to be mean about what? Like we'll never know. Big brother got to it. I'm big brother. No, not big brother. Big sister. Right. BioShock 2 was fine. If you want to ask me about BioShock, please do. I can talk about BioShock for a little bit. Otherwise, I've been playing a lot of Forza Horizon, just going around in circles. I'm going to unlock that Warthog soon. I haven't done it yet, but I'm not going to pay in-game credits for it. I'm going to earn it by doing a bunch of sick jumps, enough sick jumps that they give me a Warthog. That game is so weird. It's funny. It's just it's bland. They took it to Japan, but it's still got no flavor. Like, what's up with that? All the performances, like, they might as well be like AI voiceover. Sorry, that's mean. They don't sound like AI, but they could be written by AI, maybe. Because it's so bland and like inoffensive, all of it. But it's still a lot of fun to play. So, yeah. Like I had something crazy to say. I know. Someday I'm gonna figure out why this chat browser doesn't do what I want. Maybe if I refresh it now. Anyway, I was messing around with some stuff last night, which was kind of scary. It was some AI tools. I don't advocate for these, but I like to know what's going on because I want to know what I need to protect myself against. And these tools, well, usually these tools aren't even trained on explicit imagery. I look kind? Thank you. I try. I was saying these tools, these AI tools usually aren't trained on explicit imagery, but this one was fine-tuned on some explicit imagery. And that's pretty scary, what it was doing. It was also doing like sound. I mean, this is an 18 plus stream. I'm just going to say it. Like it was some virtual plop, virtual like snoo. I didn't like it. Like it wasn't arousing at all. It was very interesting though, in the fact that like a 14-minute clip or 14-second clip can be generated in 11 minutes on my GPU is frustrating and upsetting. And it's something that I feel very strongly about. They're not being much of, but it's like I have to know that this stuff is out there. Like I want to know what to protect people from, so I'm looking at it. It's yeah, I've got a strong stomach for this kind of stuff. But I'm talking about like AI crap. It's just I feel vulnerable sometimes. Not to like AI psychosis, but just it like being exploited buy this stuff and actually accidentally ending up in a hole where I'm using it. Like, I don't, like, I guess that is kind of like the definition of that. But anyway, if anybody has advice on AI kind of stuff, I can give it to you. I'll tell you. I'll give it to you straight. Like, if you can avoid it, like, I'm not really advocating for it. Oh, excuse me. But I know a lot about it and how it works and why the data centers are messed up, because they're all burning coal and natural gas because it's cheap, and that's the point where they're building. What if we gave AI estrogen? We could, it's an interesting question. I think that we could do it. Like, we could make, maybe there's a model of the brain that's big enough that we could introduce that into there and see what happens. But I like thinking about it holistically. So I think it would start getting distracted by the changes. I think it would be making like references to its obscene breasts a lot. Dead and gone by then. Right. Yeah, ideally. Like, that stuff's spooky. Large Marge says, my hair is green and pink, but I'm running out of pink dye. Should I make it all green or bleach it? Yes, let's give it to real humans. Well, it would be virtual. I mean, it would be like a clip. It's like an audio clip. Jax, you're non-binary too? Cool. As far as color, I think you should make a spur-of-the-moment decision. I mean, I know bleaching it's not necessarily good for it. My hair hasn't been bleached for a long time. But yeah, take good care of your hair. That's what I would say. I like my hair though. I've got like nice natural curls. Thank you, Ollie. People are asking for my hair care advice on here a lot, so I feel obligated to give it. I shampoo every other day. I condition every other day. Well, on the same day, but then I comb it while the conditioner's in there, and on the days when I don't shampoo it, I still comb it through while I'm in the shower. Then I get out of the shower and I wrap it up in a towel and let it sit for a little bit while I do other things like lotion, use deodorant, whatever. And once it's been up for a little bit in the towel and it's like kind of dried, I take it out and I spray some hair like holding product in it. It's a 10 coily. And then I comb it through again, like for a second time. So once I've done that, I do this scrunchy thing. If you look up the curly girl method, it'll describe this kind of thing. I like trying to show it on the camera. Like this. You pick it up with your palm, squeeze it to your scalp. And then it's pretty much good. Just try not to like lay on it or anything. But yeah, that's how I get my natural hair to go. Today is a non-shampoo day. Ollie says, I have Irish waves and I'm so jealous of people with curls/waves. I'm Irish. Yeah, I'm sorry. People always say, like, I wish you could give me your hair. And it's like, I wouldn't. I love my hair. But, yeah. Perms exist. You know, back in the day, you'd have to hook yourself up to a crazy perm machine. I kind of want to show that. I forgot to even... I was going to promote my stream and I forgot to even click the button. Maybe somebody will come through from there now. I wouldn't funny. This Aussie person. Your hair is still goals though, thick and long. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm trying to grow mine out longer. This is like probably like getting closer to 2 years of growth now. Or probably like a year and 3/4. If anybody's got any questions, I am here to serve you. I will tell you some things. It's cold in here. I'm just going to check that the TikTok cam still looks good because I'm not actually looking. Yeah, it looks fine. Hope everybody's having a good day today. At any rate, yeah, this does still say it's connected to TikTok. I think I just gotta resync it every time for it to show up in the YouTube feed. It's pretty annoying. But TikTok should improve their API. But they're trying to lock everybody into the platform, which is scary. When you think about TikTok, the nature of it being very random. They really want to keep you there. Here I am talking trash about TikTok on TikTok of all things, but I'm on the other sites too. If you search for my name, Handemonium Flows, on Twitch or YouTube, you will also find this stream and a non-working chat box, which is supposed to have the chats from all the nice people. But for some reason, TikTok really just hates that idea of having their chat integrated with this. So they make it very difficult. Anyway. There is yeah. If anybody would like some advice, I am here to help. Taking any kind of question that you got. But in particular, I'm good with nerdy stuff. How to fix your computer. I'm good with troubleshooting. I'm good with video game stuff. Especially good with video game stuff. If you just want to listen to my voice speaking because you like the sound of my voice, that's fine too. So I'm just going to keep talking. Just looking at the pictures of my cat on this slideshow is making me happy. I'm on the Twitch channel. So there's not much that I'm thinking about right now. Mine's kind of empty, kind of blank. I was relaxed today. Feeling very chill. I don't know. Yesterday I got some good exercise. I was doing yard work and stuff. So I feel good today. I'm probably going to goof off a lot though. So I feel good, but in a sense that that impending doom of I probably still have things to do. But it'll be fine. Yeah, but I was talking about AI tools earlier. So I have this thing, it runs on my computer, and it's just making naughty videos. I could have it just run indefinitely. And I don't want to see that stuff, but sometimes the absurdity of it makes me laugh, but obviously there's no, I shouldn't be doing it. It's just for the knowledge that what is it capable of? I just want to know what to protect myself against. But this thing, it'll take an image, so pretty scary. It's just, Mamma Mia. So, otherwise, I'm thinking about, I wanted to rank, do I play Dragon Ball Legends? I think you asked me that before, because that's why I know what DBL is. No, I still don't play DBL. I didn't try it, rather. I don't think I promised to try it. You just go into every stream asking if people play Dragon Ball Legends. Is it a kind of thing where like the more friends that you have, you'll get like free stuff? So you're like just trying to connect with all these people. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Sorry I can't help you, but I understand the grind. Just want a 1v1 for fun. Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about Dragon Ball Legends, unfortunately, but if you want to ask me about video games and stuff, that'd be cool. This is a very funny time of day to stream. Gosh. There are not a lot of animes that I watch. I used to watch Dragon Ball. These days I watch One Piece. I'm on like episode 190. What kind of advice should you ask? Anything. I used to say like nerdy advice, but now I'm just like ask the nerd for advice. I could have I could be more specific, but I'm still figuring this out. Have I watched Black Clover? No, I do not know what Black Clover is, unfortunately. But I have, yeah, do I know what that is? Black Clover. Yeah, I've not seen this. Fire red or in leaf green, should you use Pidgeot, Furo, or Dodrio? I think Pidgeot has the most versatile moveset, probably. I'm not sure. Like, probably the best all-arounder. Like, Furo might be a better, like, physical attacker. Dodrio, I'm not sure what, not sure what kind of stats they have, if they're, like, viable. Good competitive Pokemon. But, I mean, Pidgeot, teach it fly. I think you're golden, right? At least if you're just playing the game through. Peck is always nice, because you get some strong against the bugs. I hear the recycling truck. If you hear noise. You're welcome, Seraph. I didn't really play a lot of Fire Red or Leaf Green. I played Blue when it came out, though. I'm very much like I was an original Pokemon. What is the target audience? I was an original Pokemon mark. I was very much into that. And I played it. I mean, I've played the new games. Some of them, not all of them. Pokemon's just, it's a little slow for me sometimes. RPGs in general can be a little slow for me. I gotta be in a particular kind of mindset to be playing them. I did play Pocopia recently. That was a really neat game. An anime film to recommend. Sure. I like recommendations. Angel's Egg. Okay. I'm typing this in. It's a very interesting art. I don't think I've ever seen this. Thank you for telling me that this exists. I think I can get my partner to watch this with me. Yeah, it was very striking. Jeez. Set. Yeah, they say movie is less of a movie and more of an artistic experience. Cool. I'm down for an artistic experience. I would listen to noise for an hour straight if someone said, like, you really need to listen to this. And I'd probably have something profound to say about it. Cool. Thank you for the recommendation. Oh, that's quite bright. I want sunlight. I just got windows on my other monitor to light my face. It's kind of a funny way to do this. Nobody's come in and said that it's too quiet. Bye, Seraph. Have a good day. Nobody's come in today and said it's too quiet, so I'm assuming setting it up to like 500% volume is working today. People are fine with that. If it sounds like really blown out, I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't want to do like if this isn't working, then I'll have to do some kind of virtual mixer shenanigans, forwarding the audio into there. Anybody's got a question? I think maybe ask this nerd for advice is a more difficult prompt, perhaps, than ask me for nerdy advice, even though people kept asking me, like, what does nerdy advice mean? And, like, it's kind of whatever you make of it. I'm just trying to help you out here. Like, it's just meant to get you on the hook. Like, give me something to talk about, please. Please. I just want to chat. It's a good opportunity for me to work my voice. Advice. Boy, you don't know how many times I've heard that one. You need to get new material. Okay. Sorry, it's just blocking. Blocking a meanie. I've got my DS up here still. I was doing like a game stream yesterday. It wasn't like showing. It wasn't like playing games on. Well, I was trying to play Meteos like this, like, and it was not working out well. It really was not working out well. What have I been playing on here? About Trackmania on here. I do have mental illness, but being trans is not a mental illness. Taters. I'm responding to a specific person. Not just saying that spontaneously. Oh, I'd have so many more viewers if people weren't mean. They disappear. That's fine though. If anybody's got a question, happy to answer any kinds of nerdy questions. But I'm actually just a nerd that you can get advice from. You could ask me any kind of question, actually. I'm just better with nerdy stuff. You can also DM me if you don't want to share your question publicly. And I'll try to respond to you. I'm also on Twitch and YouTube if you go take a hike over there. If you prefer that over the TikTok streaming, which I do personally. But it's tough to get these chats integrated. In fact, maybe I will try to fix that real quick because it's been kind of sad not having the TikTok chat in there. But yeah. Should I go MD or DO? I'm just checking what that is. I don't actually know what you're... Oh, what's the best D&D class? I mean, I like a dexterous character that's able to do more actions, just because I like to get creative. Okay, sorry, that was two different people. Should I go MD or DO? Whatever, if you have a plan, whatever makes sense for your plan. I don't know if I would pose the question that way. Right, I was fixing this chat real quick. Yeah, so I bet if I unlink it, and link it again. This will work spontaneously in like 10 minutes. Okay. If I have to do that every time, that's fine. Zeka, your message didn't come through, so it probably, if it was mean, maybe don't send a mean message. Anyway, sorry, Tonemon. I'm like 2 years into transitioning, they say. I don't dress femme, but I've got long hair and a chest, and I'm very tall. How do I handle the stares? It really messes with me. And yes, boss, I'm having a good day. Take a wild guess what you said. No. I'll just mute you and block you. Anyway, Tonemon, you can kind of guess how I feel about that. I don't really care about the stares, but they do, like, it depends on the day. I understand that it takes a toll for you. Yeah, the way that I think about it, like, it's a confidence thing. Now, I say this a lot. It's often a confidence thing. Like, if you feel good, like, people might stare at you, but more with, like, a reverence, like, just like a like, then like, it's because, like, just people, they exploit discomfort. They see that, and it, like, confirms their suspicion that someone is, like, asocial and not, like, strange. And I'm not saying that you are asocial or strange. I know a lot of trans people that do feel that way, though, so it wouldn't be so surprising. But yeah, people who, like, deliberately are being cruel by staring, it's not okay. I wouldn't really, like, talk to those people, but it's okay to just, like, feel uncomfortable with it. I don't know. Sorry, that's not the best question. It's like I'm thinking about, how do I feel about that? That one really hits. Like, I don't go out of the house that often, but it's yeah. Yeah, it's not great when people stare at you because they don't understand you. And back when I thought I was cis, I definitely experienced people gawking in my presence at people that they didn't understand, and it always really bothered me. When I was growing up, one of my siblings, like, visibly disabled, got a lot of stares because their behavior was not the norm. And sometimes I would be just looking after him solo. So it could be, yeah, I know what it's like to get stares, like, and it's kind of like I've kind of steeled myself against that sort of thing. It's more just like, I'd like to be safe. So if safety is your concern, then maybe, like, messing with your presentation a little bit might be more important. But otherwise, like, I'm sure you're an attractive person in whatever way, and you're probably overthinking. Probably. And those people who are staring, they're assholes. They don't matter. Unless they, like, think you're cute and you want to, like, hang out with them. I guess that'd be a little bit different, but yeah, probably not. Jaden, any kind of advice? Kitty Cocktail, thank you for the compliment on my makeup. My cat is Lulu. That's her name. I've also got another cat, Stella. If you go to my Twitch or my YouTube, then you can see a little slideshow with my cats. How do I ferment my meats? I don't really. It probably depends on the kind of meat, though. Yeah, it is L advice. I'm sorry. I don't really know how to preserve meat. I know, like, yeah, I've never done that. What are you watching? You're watching someone respond to nothing. I hope that satisfies you. I could dance. I could do a jig. It's a lot easier when people ask questions. You're not nothing, Jaden. You know exactly. If you're looking at the chat, then you know what I'm up to. What palette do I use for my eyeshadow? I don't have any eyeshadow on really. I have some like contour that's from like an eyeshadow palette, but it's mostly just because it's the right color to use. Nobody's being disrespected here. I just didn't know much about meat. I have a song for this. Sorry, give me a moment. Oh, it's not even here. Where is it? Never mind. Do I like the Austrian painter? No. Is that like a band? Where is this song, man? It's a very specific song I'm looking for, and I can't find it. Like I will, though. You know what? It's not important. Okay, nothing. You're out of here. For trying to get me to talk about fascism. Yeah, had a lot of not a lot of questions today. But yeah, I was getting distracted looking for a song called I Don't Want to Talk to You About Meat. That was all. I had a very specific song for this situation. Sure, Tonemon. Let's talk about something else. No offense. Ask this nerd for advice. I don't want to talk about that. Red painting. It reminds me of that portrait of the king of England that got commissioned when he got like crowned. That was pretty wild. Red painting. I didn't really understand that. It was a very like bold choice for a guy who was going to die soon. I'm sure he had a long, interesting life. I don't know much about kings. Anyway, if you'd like some advice on things that a nerd in particular could help you with, I'm good with coding stuff, good with video games. You can see some comics in the background, perhaps. You see, can you see those? No, you can't really. That's Batman, Deadpool there, but you probably can't. You can't really see it. I'm like a little woozy today, actually. Like I said, I was relaxed, but I'm maybe a little bit like low blood pressure. I don't know. This is kind of a crazy thing to say on stream. Sorry, you don't have to worry about me. It might just be the caffeine that I'm having this early in the day. But yeah, it's Thursday. This is a day when I usually don't have much going on, so I like to stream on Thursday. Hey everybody, it's Thursday. If you know what I'm talking about, we could probably be friends. If anybody's got questions who's popping in, please ask. I'm thinking about there is a There's a game I have on here I wanted to show. My DSi. Okay, maybe there wasn't. I've got some Nintendo art style games though on here. Those are pretty cool. They were kind of like indie games, sort of, that Nintendo was publishing for the Game Boy Advance and the DS and the DSi too. But they all had the tag like art style something, and they're all pretty much good. Just like little games. Hi, Shikari. If you want to come up, we could do that. Not right now. Okay. Yeah, because I probably won't be on for much longer. But I'll fit you in sometime. Yeah. I'm thinking about rutabagas. I used to think that those looked really good on that show or Lego's Rainbow, but I don't know. Has anybody here had a rutabaga? That's my question for today. Like, I need some help. Like, what's a rutabaga taste like? I can Google it, but I'd much rather hear the personal experience of someone with a rutabaga. It's like a root vegetable, I think, like a potato. But yeah, that girl, Allegra, really loved rutabagas, and I didn't know why. But it made me want to try one. I feel like maybe you make it like a sweet potato. Is that the same thing as rhubarb? Like when you have a strawberry rhubarb pie, rhubarb's like celery, I think. It's like weird celery. I'm typing it in, rutabaga. It is a root vegetable. A cross between a turnip and a cabbage. Here we go. I can educate everybody. Sorry. I can educate everyone. Check this out. That's a rutabaga. Yeah, I don't think that's like rhubarb. Apricot soup with rice. Interesting, like a savory apricot soup. That sounds cool. I would try that. I'm just gonna leave this as a rutabaga. I love my cat. People are nice to me about my cat, but the rutabaga is where it's at. I'm already over it, actually. I need to find that picture of my cat before I get sad. Here's a different picture of my cat, actually. I just took this one recently. Yeah, that's a good picture of Luna. You can let me know what you think about that. Funny little kitty. Go on. She was confused about something. Tonamoon says, I have a dinner party coming up, and the only ingredient I have is 50 rutabagas. What do I do? I think you mash them, and you find different things to stuff them inside, which like contrast interestingly with the purple like filling, assuming that it's purple inside. I love funny little kitty. She is funny little kitty. Oh, she's funny little kitty every day. Every day is a gift that I have with her because she's funny little kitty. And then she sits on my lap and is really sweet. And then she pukes up her food. That happened today. She puked it up and then I had to feed her again. What lesson's that going to teach her? Nothing. But I can't have her starving because it's hard to get her to eat sometimes. She's a weird cat. We like to say that she's got one brain cell. And between both of our cats, they share that one brain cell. So she doesn't always even have it. Like sometimes you just got nothing going on. Like in this picture that you're looking at. Nothing in that brain. Absolutely nothing. Ask me anything about cats. I'm good with cat stuff. Cats like me. They trust me. Probably because I like them. So I'm very nice. You have funny little kitty? Oh, they share the same brain cell. Okay, that explains a lot. Yeah, there's some kind of quantum link going on. Like one turns off, the other one turns on. A lazy cat is the smartest. It could be. I don't know. I think cats have different kinds of smarts. Some of them are street smart. Some of them are lazy and smart. Like they do as little as possible. Try to get stuff from you. They're sharing it. It's your cat's turn today. Okay, that's good. Then I yeah, I'll make sure not to like step on them because they're probably lazing in the sun right now. Something like that. Mr. Johnson says how to pick up a cat the correct way. So the way that my wife or my partner, whatever, I'm married to her, so the way I pick them up, she's instructed me to pick them up is like you. So, oh, gosh, this is so hard to demonstrate. So say I'm going to pick up my cat, like, oh, sweet kitty. I go like, I'm taking my right arm and putting it under her chest. Not like if she was like looking away in this picture. Imagine she's looking away. This is so ridiculous. So I'm taking my right arm, swooping it under her chest, and then once I've like picked her up a bit, and she's like kind of vertical, I tuck my left arm under her leg so that she can rest her feet on my hand, like her lower limbs, and then she kind of just like hangs out on my arm. Hope that helps, Mr. Johnson. My partner would say that she does things in the correct way, so rest assured, if you need the correct way, you should do whatever my partner says. Thanks, Vi. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, but that cat, Luna, she doesn't like being picked up. So this has been a process of getting her to start to make peace with it. Because I've been for a long time like, oh, don't pick her up, like respect her. However, there are just scenarios where I need to, yeah, there's always scenarios where you need to pick up a cat and like put her in a carrier or whatever. And it's good that she trusts me most of the time, but sometimes she don't. And that hurts me. Makes me feel bad. Yes, Jenny, that's my kitty. So I have someone requesting up who I promised I would. Oh, did it go? I can't accept it for some reason. You might need to request up again. You're happy to share about. Oh, it looks like your family kitty. That makes me happy. It makes me very happy when someone sees a cat and they're like, that's like my cat. Okay, there's the guest request. Okay, so this should come through on the Twitch.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing? You good?
Yes, I'm doing good. How are you today?
I'm fine, I'm good.
Cool.
And actually, sorry for the miscommunication that happened last time.
But it's okay.
I'm a
Like,
med student. Yeah, I'm a med student, so I really want to know, like, for example, stuff that thing that you go on. Sorry for the misinterpretation, as I said.
I don't remember exactly what the question is. Hopefully that.
I'll, I
So
kind of,
hopefully,
you
like,
know, yeah, I kind of ask questions, and I think you got annoyed, so that's why.
if I would have blocked you if I was annoyed by your questions.
Okay,
I
so
promise.
you're not annoyed.
No, I'm not annoyed.
Okay, that's good to hear. Okay, so what's the topic?
You had questions for me. I thought.
Yeah, I kind of had like about the hormonal
Okay.
therapy you were going through. So how is it like? You use daily injection or weekly injection?
Mm. Once a week is what I do, and
Once a week.
my
What's the name of the drug?
it's a um. God, want to apologize. No, no, it's not like that. It's estradiol valorate is the name of it. So it's a certain formulation of like bioidentical estrogen.
Estrogen, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Just saw someone else
No,
request
that's
up. If you want to say your question in the chat, I'll think about it. Sorry.
okay. No, no, I didn't get that much questions. So if you got, it's okay. I'm gonna step down. Okay, it was nice chatting with you. Have
Okay.
a great time.
Yeah. Have a good day. This person requesting. Lynn said, "Can I ask next, please?" So I had them up. They were asking to get on the mic the other day because I thought they had this specific question. So I wanted to let them up now that I knew that it was coming through on the YouTube and the Twitch stream. But anyway, yeah. So I don't usually do that. But if you have a good enough question and you seem earnest, I'll have you up. Someone said I'm a product designism. That's interesting. I know what they're getting at. It's just I don't quite understand the reasoning. Thank you, Boogie. That's sweet. So Len, yeah, you're welcome to ask a question. There are yeah, their questions I think were earnest, which is another reason I wanted to have them up. Like there are a lot of trolls that come through here, but there are also some genuine people, and I want to help them out, give them a piece of my mind. the trolls like usually, it's funny to not a femboy actually. I make a point to be less of a boy these days. Someone said that in the chat. Yeah, the chat is still not coming up in the feed, which is sad. And the YouTube Twitch feed, that is. I'm just gonna have to like get a new service or figure out like what is up with that, because I don't know what is up with that. I'm gonna refresh it. Will anything happen? No. What is the weirdest fact that I know? So that's a question. So, not a weird fact, but this is just one I like to share. When bears hibernate, sorry, my music. There we go. When bears hibernate for the winter, they eat a lot of roughage, and that creates a plug in their digestive system. My pronouns are right down there. That plug is what keeps them from pooping themselves while they're hibernating. And then, when they wake up, they poop out the plug, and that is their awakening snack. This is true. They eat rocks and stuff. Yeah, like it's rough, but it's better than pooping yourself and waking up like, oh man, like it happened. Oh, dang it. I mean, like, you're not actively eating during that time, so, like, nothing really should be happening, but... yeah, it's not going to be fun by then. Some bug's going to be living on it. Right, so there were questions here. Jenny says, is there anything picking my brain as of late? So... like, yeah, trans stuff is pretty crazy right now. And then as a non-binary person, like, I have an even different kind of take on it. Because I'm a feminine person. I'm a trans femme person, but not a binary, like, trans woman. If someone calls me a woman, that's fine. But yeah, I'm a non-binary person. So I'm flexible on that. whatever people feel. Like no, it's not whatever people feel. Like it's what I have inside. But yeah, some people like pick a side, and like I don't feel an obligation to do that. Some people would say that I'm making the world more unsafe by being androgynous, but everybody's around. But yeah, what are my views on religion is a question. That's something that's been picking at my brain a little bit, because I like to watch like some TikTok lives where Christians call in and like hear what the apologists say, just because I just like to know how to counter that stuff, and there are some very good debaters out there. I like Matt Dillahunty a lot, but at any rate, like it helps me because I get a lot of questions on here. It helps me engage in a good way and identify people who are honest by watching that stuff. But the religion stuff bugs me. James Blood, that doesn't make sense. That question, and you're gone. This is what I'm talking about. Like, no, that wasn't an earnest question. So I do want to answer this real quick from Kai. Kai says, do I have any tips for you to get closer to the guy that you like? Does he play video games? So if you watch him play video games, he'll probably like love you. If you show any interest in what he's up to, he'll probably latch onto that. Like, I don't know. Like if you think that they like you already, then I would encourage like getting into their interests, because if you both like each other, then that's good for you. But yeah, it's that's like a good way to spend more time with someone, is just like get involved with something that they're into, and hopefully you have a genuine interest in it too. But it's also okay to say like, well, I wanted to spend time with you as well, like when you go. But that can't be the whole thing. But yeah, I wish you luck. Don't confess it dramatically. That's something that people have come in and they've like, I confessed and it was bad. It usually like just you want to go from friends to then that kind of thing. And then there just shouldn't be like a whole confession. I don't think there's always like a liminal point where things tip. But yeah, if he doesn't play games, ask about music or his hobbies. Sure. Jenny says, I grew up religious, but my family never used it to abuse and discredit others. That may be true in your mind. I don't know. That might not be totally true. Like, there are things that I thought were innocent when I was younger, and now that I've grown up, I'm like, oh, that was kind of excluding someone. Or like, yeah. I had to go to vacation Bible school a lot. It was like babysitting for my parents. They had a lot of kids, so. But yeah, I was an atheist from a young age, so the religious stuff bugs me. Like someone asked if did I transition with estrogen tablets or cream? Neither. I do injections once a week. Jenny says their parents never use the Bible to judge family members or others. Okay. Like, it's okay to accept people, like, but it's the whole, like, it's the sinning angle. Like, hate the sin, love the sinner. Like, that division, like, it's not sinful, like, to find that sort of, yeah, like, my lifestyle is not sinful. It may be in that specific like context, but like that's not great. And when you get into that, like it boils down to like why abortion gets banned, why trans people have trouble getting healthcare. Like it's that religious exclusion. Like, well, we don't want to fund that. Like, we accept it, but we aren't putting money into it. There is an estrogen injection. Yeah, I mean there's like gel, and there's yeah, there are pills, but the injection is the most is the best and safest way to do it. That's what my doctor prescribes. Yeah, and Jenny, I'm not trying to be like combative with you or anything. I'm just you're like, oh, well, I mean, they said it was fine. Like I meet a lot of people who think that, and yeah, irrespective of religion, like there's usually something. Like I realize things about the way that I was raised over the years. Sometimes things click, and I'm like, oh, like I was judging that person like silently. I didn't know. Yeah, I just grew up with it. Yeah, me too. I get you. Elowen, please feel free to share your question. I'd love to let you know. I'm starting to get a little sleepy. I'm saying I was feeling a little woozy earlier, but I might just be sleepy. I got up early today. I was saying earlier I gotta sprout some plants today. Plants that I'll be planting in my backyard. You could maybe guess what I'm planting in my backyard if you've been paying attention. If I tell you that I'm going to plant exactly 10 of them. The yield will be more than 10 of not tomato. Not tomato. Probably say it this way. Hashish. I don't think TikTok will pick up on that. Have I noticed a difference with the quality of my hair after transitioning? Good question. It's hard to say because I just started taking better care of my hair because I started taking better care of myself because my self-esteem was boosted and I was feeling better in general. But I think that it's gotten a little bit softer. It's a little bit less greasy, so not shampooing it every day is easier than it used to be. I wouldn't say the quality is like better or worse. It's just different. I think it requires a little bit more time and attention to keep it looking nice, but I don't mind that. Before I was hardly spending any time on it. Now I spend some time, but it's worth it because it makes me feel good. Shikari, what the hell? How do I know that word? Because it's not English. I have some friends from Palestine, but I mean that's also just a word I know. Assalamu alaikum. I can just bust out some phrases. Do I inject? Yes. Yeah, I just got surprised that I busted out the term hashish. Yeah. See, I knew you'd know what I'm talking about. I had a feeling. But yeah, here you're allowed to grow 10 plants on your property. So last year I did 3, and that was really great and fun and rewarding. So this year I'm going to do that much, and I probably won't have to buy it anymore. I'm excited. And it's better stuff. The stuff my neighbor gave me last year, it was classic kind of stuff you'd have like 20 years ago, but things are a little bit boosted now, for better or worse. Yeah. My governor, no, not my governor, never mind. If anybody's got questions, then I can answer them. I've been on for about an hour now, so I probably will not be here too much longer because I gotta eat lunch. I cannot just eat crackers. Is it legal in my state? Yes. Yes. Ideally, it'd be legal for me to have a medical card as well, and I probably could get a diagnosis, but it's legal, just slightly more taxed for recreational. So I don't have to go, or wait. Yeah, I can just go to the store now. Nobody gives me crap about it. It's nice. The only thing that's annoying is when my partner tells me that I'm stinky. Still have my headphones on. Just realized. Don't want my hair to be flat. anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I am good with video games. I'm good with rutabagas. We were talking about rutabagas. I wish I hadn't. It wasn't as interesting as I thought. They look like turnips. Big turnips. Not a question, more like advice. Okay. Hi, Yari. If the advice is to stop smoking, I don't smoke it. I don't know if people really hear the music coming through on the stream. I try to make it just like barely there. Thank you, senor. Oh, this is my song for all the Jesus heads. Eternity. I'll have to pump this because I know the artist. Do security. My Jesus. That's in front of me. It's you. Baby, and I know I'm in love with your body tonight. And I wanna be in love with you long, long. Holy man in my life, we're getting crazy tonight. Okay, so a question from Shikari. There's a girl that they had a crush on and got a mixed signal. They moved on, but now you think that she has an interest. Oh, you moved on, but now you think she's interested. What should you do? I don't know. Like, context is definitely important. So, like, you say that you're over it, but I mean, a lot of people say they're over things, but you're asking about it. So it seems to me like you're not maybe totally over it. Otherwise, maybe you wouldn't even be thinking about it. It's just a thought. Hopefully you can still hear me okay. I think you can. Just I turned up the music a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if you're not actively seeing anybody else, and like, not that, yeah, like, if that fits into your life, if you're not super busy, I feel like you're probably busy, because I think you said you're like a medical student, which I understand. One of my siblings dated a doctor for a bit, and it was heard some stories. Making time for people is definitely hard, so I understand that. But yeah, I mean, this is just me saying, like, you seem like a nice and earnest person. You deserve love. Whatever. If this is a good shot, then, especially like if there already was a romantic kind of connection that you had, and like that makes it a lot easier to jump in, get past like the friend zone. Yeah, but that's a lot of speculation. The song's from the album J by Hot Dad. What is my opinion on the node buster like games populating in the incremental games space? So I'm familiar with incremental games, but node buster. Okay, I'm looking at node buster now. Short game about busting nodes. Okay. Are you just like leveling up the skill tree? Is that what's going on here? No, it's more than that. Destroying reality. This sounds fun. Yeah, I like node buster style games, like especially when they get kind of meta with it. They can be kind of mindless, but I play idle games, like I play incremental stuff. If it's like just filling a hole in my brain and there's something enriching about it, then cool. But they are addictive, a lot of them. Deborah Johnson says, "What would I do if when..." I'm not sure what the question is. I'm sorry. Shikari, you say you're in the same class. At first, she just gave mixed signals, so you moved on, but suddenly, yeah. Shikari, that doesn't necessarily shock me. I know how things are over there. Like, it's not ideal, of course. Not great, but yeah, I get that that's something that you have to recognize. Or what they were saying is that they're where they're at is conservative, and so like there isn't really a lot of mixing. Deborah's messing with me. Maybe. Has anyone ever really been so far as to do what Want More look like? I know what you mean. What's better, Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh? Probably Magic. What, I feel bad saying that somehow because I played more Yu-Gi-Oh recently than Magic, but Yu-Gi-Oh is kind of inaccessible at a certain point, and like Magic, the scale gets big, but Yu-Gi-Oh enforces some of that stuff. That does it not. So yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh feels more confusing to me at times. In other ways, it's simpler, but like it's a whole. Magic's pretty adaptable. Like they've made so many different sets because it's a pretty general system. Your girlfriend and you were arguing. I mean, you could just accede, like just say she's right. Region in Iraq. Yes, I can imagine it. So Juno says, my ex said to leave him alone. How long should I wait to knock on his door? Good question. Because I definitely need space sometimes and to be left alone. But after a while, I'm usually wishing that I could have left the door open and been ready sooner. So there's definitely a point when it's okay to go knock on the door again. But yeah, it's really hard to say at what point. It depends on the scale of the argument and all that. Like, I don't know if you live together, but yeah, if you live apart, you could send a text like, hey, can we talk? That I usually appreciate that kind of thing, like someone giving me a heads up before we have a talk, because I like to get my headspace right, and I've got like autistic traits, so making sure that I'm like not in a really weird space that's gonna freak the other person out, I suppose. W says, I didn't have the cat picture in my former stream. Yeah, I just wanted to put my kitty there. There was a rutabaga there earlier too. And if you go to my Twitch or my YouTube stream, you can see a little slideshow of my kitties. Cactus Kingdom says, their girlfriend's waving their Dan deck in their face and giggling. I don't know what the Dan is. I'm guessing that's like, sounds like Yu-Gi-Oh. What's a Dan deck? Oh, it's Magic. Okay. But it is based on something. The secret lair stuff. Am I just meant to know what Dan is? Okay, just a Magic card. The Forgetful Fish. Like, just give me a picture of the card. Why is this so hard? Like, I'm clicking links. Creature can't attack unless defending player controls an island. You control no island, sacrifice this creature. Is that like a statement about the environment? That makes me sad, but I like that kind of meta storytelling. Instead of a commander, you have Dan. Well, I mean, that is a commander deck, though. I mean, If Dan Dan's not a commander, then who can't? Then there's no commanders. I think I think of it the other way. Have I heard of the band The Mechanisms? No. Well, I'm just Googling things. Storytelling, musical, cabaret, role play, band. Interesting. This could be up my alley. Crone says, for a mutual aid safety network for women, should it be called SIS or SIS or SISS? I think SISS is probably less likely to conflict with things, and it still conveys the meaning. I don't think the extra letter is a problem, personally. But that's my very general take on something you've probably been thinking about a lot. Can you kiss me? Hi, Apple user. You can go on my other social media profiles and check those out. I have pictures where I'm probably making a kissy face. I forgot to put on chapstick. Cocoa Puff chapstick. I will taste like chocolate. Strawberry shortcake. You need advice. You're welcome to ask your question in the chat, and I will respond. Strawberry shortcake. I think that's how the song goes. That's not how the song goes. Shikari says, or asks, does being in a relationship take too much time in your day? It takes a lot of time. It takes as much time as you want to give it. It's by default, it's going to be a good amount of your time if it's a good relationship, because you'll want to spend time with them. I'm in a very healthy partnership with my partner, marriage, whatever you want to call it. And we don't spend all day together, but we spend enough time every day. We come together and we talk. And strawberry shortcake, you can ask in here if you're comfortable with that. A committed relationship, yeah, like I'm very much in a committed relationship. When I was dating, I could be aloof and I didn't text as much as I should have and things like that. But when her and I were spending time together, everything was great. And now, like, we live together and everything's great. I don't always go out with her to stuff because I'm just kind of an introvert. But, like, I respect her and I show genuine interest in what she's up to, and I love her and I do things for her. And yeah, it's worth the time. Yeah, like, if you're in a committed relationship, it should be worth the time that you're putting in. And if it's not, then you can live with it, or it's tough. In the starting phase, will it be 4 or 5 hours? I don't know. Depends on the day. It's different for everybody. I really can't generalize that sort of thing. I'm sorry. So Strawberry Shortcake says, so I just turned 18 and I'm trying to find a job, but it's hard and my parents take all my money, so I don't know how to pay for stuff. That is difficult. Like, do you think if you earned more money, they would just take the more money that you made? If you live with your parents and they're like saying like you need to pay rent now, like that's pretty tough. If you have like friends who are out of school that you can live with, or if you're still in school, yeah, you're probably kind of stuck with your parents. Like, that's just the expectation, huh? Apple user, you can't click on my link. I know. You've got to copy paste it. Or maybe your phone's got a little like copy paste thing. Or you could just type it into your browser. It's not too long of a link. Crone says they've been going back and forth with that dang ass. Yeah. But you don't know how to pay for stuff. They take more and more money. Yeah, that's difficult. Like, bills are going up, so I get why they'd be like, you need to pay rent. Although it's not always appropriate. Like, when you're raising a child, like, you should be a little bit amenable to that, just because people need patience, and if your parents not being patient with you, like, tough love doesn't work. That's how I feel. But yeah, yes, it is my kitty summer. There's money is really hard. It's a difficult thing. But yeah, if you can make a case for, like, they need to give you space and let you save money, they're probably gonna say, like, well, you can do that for so long and then you're out of here. That's how I imagine that question would probably go. And so, like, yeah, like, if you can make a plan to move out, cool. It's pretty hard though. But if they're not letting you save any money, that's like, yeah, like, do they expect you to stay there? I guess that would be my question. Because if they don't expect you to stay there, they have to let you save some money. I really need to, like, increase the size of this. Can I do that? No. Apple user, that's not appropriate. Marat CM Punk says, I lost my $2,700 on gambling and I'm a student. I feel so bad. Can I give you advice? Yeah, gambling is a tax on folks, and it's not good for you to gamble that volume of money. Just trust me. That's would be my advice. Like, don't look at the appeal of gambling. Like, yeah, $2,700 that's money to live on. Not trying to shame you. I mean, I know it's a problem. I've played some Rocket game in my life, but not like $2,700 worth. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, but you're already saying you feel bad. Like, sorry. Yeah, I mean, try not to dwell on it though. Like, the money's gone. You can't get it back. So you can just move forward from there. You don't have to be honest with everybody about what happened. Monk and Me says, planning to ask my crush out today or tomorrow. He's really nice, but a bit of a critic. What do I do? Make sure to, a bit of a critic. A bit of a critic. Like, yeah, a critical person usually appreciates, like, having the space to say yes or no. If you do it in public, they might not like that, because they'd like a chance to, like, give you a good answer. Crone says, live glitched on you. Interesting. Yeah, I'd say do it in private. Like, just give them a chance to say no if that's what's going on. Just respect their time. That's just based on you saying, like, they're a bit of a critic. Like, so you might want to be sensitive to their needs, but they should be sensitive to your needs too, or else they're probably not. Maybe they're not really crush worthy. They're not a great person. Sorry, I've gotten a little behind on the messages. Let's see. Resources on gleaning. Yeah, Crone, what you talking about? Yeah, so strawberry shortcake, you say, like, they want to claim you on their taxes. That is a thing that happens, but it's like, yeah, I mean, if you were living yourself, you would get, well, never mind. Yeah, just, like, keeping that's not right what they're doing. I don't know what advice I can really give you. Like, that depends on, like, your situation and getting out of there specifically, but that's not right for them to do that. My parents never did that, and they were very much letting me know when their tax return came in and things like that. Shikari says how to quit vaping. I don't know. I haven't done it myself. Breaking habits, like when the vape breaks and you gotta get a new one, that's a good time to do it. to take a break. You got to do it. Just kind of stop. Cold, I think, like the nicotine gum is a choice. But I know it's hard, like especially if there are cigarettes around. Like try not to go to the corner store and try not to justify like seeing them, maybe, or wherever you get the vapes. I'm assuming you're talking about a nicotine vape. They're yeah, I don't really trust the disposables either. Maybe read up on the health effects of the disposables. That'll maybe make you feel averse to it. I know my friends used to buy vape juice from a dude in his car in a parking lot. That was not safe. Cosmic Collective asks, how do I deal with hatred from my community when I try to find safe space? Everywhere I go, they treat my identity like a debate. Yeah, or also, yeah, I'm sorry, Murat, CM Punk. I could have been a little bit nicer about that. I just started talking and it got like weird. Yeah, I hope you. I don't really have any specific advice. I'm sorry that happened. Like, if I had good money making advice, like I would share it, but I don't have that. I have ideas, but not like money making advice. Anyway, Cosmic Collective. Sorry. Yeah, your identity's not up for debate, and you know that in your heart. And it's also not your job to convince these people that your identity is not up for debate. So in some cases, like when you're right and they're just straight up wrong, I think it's just like not your community. It's easier said than done for me in this position. But there's also double tat. You're talking to me, not the cat. Could you say anything? Or sorry. Yeah, so like as a non-binary person, like even trans people debate on my existence. It's difficult. I just have to kind of trust in my heart that I know like I fit in with everything. There's nothing wrong with me being this way. Like it's not a mental illness or anything. So if people don't accept me, like they're wrong. They ought to accept me as I am, because this is just who I am. I feel like I'm not really saying that much. As usual, my advice is like, confidence helps. Like, just know your worth, know that you have worth, like, just inherently. And your identity is not something that they can invalidate just by making some weird points and getting you thinking. It's more than that. When it's something like, when it's something like you just want to find a safe space, there should be spaces like that. I hope you find it. Mick says my laptop's got a weird line on the screen. That's not good. Usually that means it's the screen or the GPU's bugging. So if it's your laptop, if it's gotten really hot, maybe the GPU's bugging. If it's old, if you've hit it, if there's like a physical component to it, like when you touch the screen, then it's probably the screen's busted. But if there's not a physical component to it at all, it's probably the GPU, the graphics processing part of the CPU, if you've got just like a laptop. That's not really something that you can fix. Okay, bye, Crone. How to choose the right partner? Boy, people were being really mean down here. Sorry, I'm just a little distracted. Needing to block so many people. Hi, Lisa. How do I not give a crap about what anybody says or thinks about you? A lifetime of knowing that people are like judging you or thinking that you're weird and just living with that. This is in my case, but that's how I do it. I'm not religious, Lisa. I'm not sure why you think it's appropriate to ask. Like, I mean, I'm not, but I'm not sure what context really prompted that for you. I'm just questioning your intentions. That's all. Bye, Shikori. Someone asked to join the live, but they didn't know the question. That's weird. Just on a block. It's free. Don't mind me. Oh, you're not religious. Okay, cool. Have I ever hit somebody? Not when I was younger, like kid, but not like since I was older and like aware of my strength and stuff. No. Interesting question. I've been hit. Not really though. I took a boxing class actually. There was a lot of hitting at that point. So yes, I have hit things. My bad. I've definitely hit things. Jones is cool. How can I make money? Find something that you like to do, and you don't like feel anxious about doing it or like doing it every day. What's my favorite superhero? I don't know. I don't want to say Superman. Why is this so hard? Looking behind me. Like, do I have a clue back there? Yeah, not Ultra Comics. Well, you can't see that on TikTok, but Spider-Man. Sorry, I'm like totally stumped by that for some reason. I'm just thinking like, what have I been reading lately? Yeah, sure, Spidey, the new Spider-Man's cool. New Ultimate Spider-Man was cool. What's my cat's name? This cat's name is Lulu. My other cat's name is Stella. Hi, Spectra. Alright, so this has been fun, but I'm like so woozy for some reason. Like I need to go like take a nap or yeah, I could have been a better question answerer today, I think. Maybe I've done this too many days in a row. I don't know, but it's fun and I'm on the grind, so yeah, if you want to follow me, check out my social media profiles. I got those. You can find my link tree in my bio. I'm gonna go yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap, I think. Bye.